Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse McFarlane Collector Edition Lobo, which I'm told has released 2 other times, maybe only 1 other time with a bike. I don't know, I never got any of them and I haven't reviewed them, so that's why I got this one to review. So it may not be that new to some of you, but this particular package, layout, assortment, paint job, everything is slightly new, at least, so I figured I might as well review it. And I guess he's going to be some kind of a part in the upcoming Supergirl movie. So what the heck, here it is. Let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. Now, before we look at the figure, I do want to show you my package. It is a good McFarlane packaging. It is a good package. I like their packaging, even the collector edition, which is just such a goofy thing from Todd. It looks nice. The chrome, can I hold it? The chrome looks good up against the blue, white, black. It's a good looking package overall. Nice and square edges, easily stored if you need to keep your figure in its box. There's some big artwork on the back, which kind of matches. It sort of kind of matches the figure, if you care about that. But yeah, it's displayable. I think they should have flipped the accessories in the figure because he's halfway covered by this. Not halfway, but some. Whatever. It's a typical McFarlane package. I don't think anybody really cares. So let's stop talking about it. This guy is, I believe, still in stock. If you want to get one, I'll put a link in the description below. He's about 20 to the top of his head, to the top of his hair, closer to like 22 and a half. And that's going to make him roughly 7 8s, and then closer to 9. He's got some size to him. And here he is up against Darwin, so obviously he's not in scale with Darwin. But there he is here. You know what? Let me grab... Where is it? Oh, why did I set it behind me? Okay, I got a Batman. Here's a Batman, just for size comparison. Lobo is tall for the McFarlane line. He is big. Appropriately large? I don't know. Let's do a question of the day. Are you a Lobo fan? And if you are, which version of Lobo is your favorite? How big should he be? What should he look like? That kind of thing. For me, I'm not the biggest Lobo fan, but I still think the DC Universe Classics, I think it was SDCC exclusive, if I remember correctly, is the best look for Lobo. I mean, whatever they base that on, or maybe it's theirs, I don't know. That's the best look. I like it. I do not like what we have here. Not the head. The rest of it's fine. Alright, let's get into it. The Vegeta hair, I don't think is the right look. Like I said, I'm not the biggest Lobo fan, but I've seen the artwork this is based on, and it's never reminded me of Vegeta. It's always just looked like crazy hair, unkempt hair. This looks like Vegeta almost exactly. Like it's a semi-realistic version of Vegeta with lamb chops. I don't care for that. I also don't care for the way they did his face. He looks really weaselly. That's not my favorite look for him. The way they did the teeth, so proud like that. Like, they're very far forward. He looks kind of like a weasel man. I don't know about that. I don't know about the crazy eye, but the paintwork is technically incredibly well done for one of these figures. It's really, really clean. It's really nice. I don't know. How do you guys feel about this look for him? It's not my thing. But the rest is okay. The jacket actually looks pretty nice with the black and blue combo. They painted the studs. They painted the back part pretty nicely. It's nice and clean. Looks good. The skin tone, the pale blue, whitish blue color is fine. No shading or anything. The shirt down here on the front is done well, except for the holes. They're not addressed. They're just sculpted in. So there's that. And then on the back, whoever sculpted this just said, I don't care, because adding this kind of texturing to clothing, it's not hard. Like when I showed that prototype figure I'm making for Gino, for the little action figure guy, they're like, oh, you sculpted wood grain? It's like, nah, sculpted is generous. I let the computer do it. And same thing with stuff like this. It's not like you're going in and sculpting every little detail. Like, it's easy to get clothing textures nowadays, even at a much smaller scale. Clothing texture is super easy to do. I mean, relatively speaking, if you know what you're doing. So for them to do this on the back, it's like, what did you do? It's not the same scale. It's not the same shape. It's not aligned properly. It's like whoever did this didn't know how to use their UV maps. I'm guessing because that's terrible. Or it's hand sculpted and this is really good and they just didn't try. I don't know. It's possible it's hand sculpted. I'm guessing it's digital though. Anyway, this looks bad, which is unfortunate. Normally I wouldn't care as much being on the back, but this part they did a pretty good job and clearly you're supposed to look at it. But down here sucks. Also, there's none of the blue shading on the back. Only on the front. So they pulled a Hasbro. So the more you look at this figure, the less good it looks. The belt is decent. The boot thingies look pretty nice. Like, there's enough going on that you're probably going to be fine with it, but you can't have a feature component of the figure on the back, but then also not paint the rest of the back. At least they did the studs. They didn't go full Hasbro, but crazy stuff like that bothers me a lot. They didn't do any paintwork on the various materials or things here either. Like, that should be steel, it looks like. Yeah, there's definitely some weird stuff going on, but I could see people wanting to get this and maybe repainting it, or not, just because they wanted a Lobo in their collection and they didn't get one before. It's not like it's the most expensive thing in the world. Sure, it's overpriced, but it's not the worst. They've done way worse figures than this. So, yeah, aesthetically, it's fine. I'll give it a 7 for McFarlane. It's about on par for the course, on course. Yeah, okay, on to the accessories. We get a big-ass gun, which has not anywhere near enough detail or paint or anything to make it look like it belongs, and also it's heavy as heck. We get a knife, which also looks pretty crappy. The hook and chain is pretty nice. He seems to be lacking a little bit of chain throughout, but like, doesn't he usually have it on his arms more? I think so, but that's okay. You get a dolphin. I don't know how many people really needed a dolphin. Like, what are you supposed to do with that? What, like, genuine question, not even a practical question. What does he do with the dolphin? I don't want to know, I think, maybe. But also, as a collector, what do you do with the dolphin on your shelf? I don't get that. You get the stand and the card, of course. So, whatever. I'll go 7 out of 10. No alternate hands. He can't even punch, and his gun sucks, so shooting is questionable. Yeah, don't like his accessories. Let's see about the articulation. He can move around a little bit. It's not a ton. Yeah, it doesn't have a ton of range. It's not terrible, but it's not great. So there's that. The jacket does not come off, by the way. The arms do have the usual ball peg in there. You can raise them up better than horizontal, so that's fine. You're going to get your full rotation. This is soft, so it won't get in the way. You may get some paint transfer, but it won't get in the way, at least. Your bicep swivel is there, but it goes up so high on the shoulder that it bumps into things almost immediately, so be aware of that. Double jointed elbow, has good range, is hideous. I don't know why they don't fix that. Well, they don't need to anymore. They're not going to be making these figures for very much longer. But, yeah, the elbow is gross looking. And then the wrists are they actual ball hinges? They are actual ball hinges in there, so those are pretty functional. That's nice. Alright, for the torso, he can lean back reasonably well. It's not great, but it's fine. Leaning forward, also not bad. It's a pretty good middle ground for not a ton of range, but enough. Wow, to the side is really good. His torso is surprisingly nice. You're going to get your rotation at both joints. That's one of the better torsos from Todd, so that's cool. The diaper is pretty stiff and low. Let's see how it affects the hips. Going out to the side, he still gets pretty darn close, and you can probably, yeah, you can get him pretty close to splits. This one's fighting, but only because of the wrinkles. You could do it. It's not the tightest hip joint, but you can get him pretty close out there to full-on splits, no nuggets. And then bring the leg forward. Even with the relatively stiff diaper, his leg gets pretty far forward. That's not bad. That works pretty well. Thigh swivel is there. It mostly goes in, though, which is not the way you want it to go. You want it to go out. But it does have some. Double jointed knee. That's not bad. Good range. Not too bad in terms of looks. And then for the ankle, it's an actual ball hinge. You're not going to get a ton of range. This is in the way. But forward and back range is bad. Ankle rocker range is also, I mean, it's soft, but there's still not much room there. So yeah, it's not a great ankle. Let's check the toe. Toe is acceptable. It's not great, but it's okay. So yeah, his articulation's surprisingly all right. I'll give him an 8.5 for articulation. Other than the neck, he actually works pretty well for a McFarlane figure. The ankle's kind of below, but it'll be enough. And I think that's fine. Okay, time for the final rating on this guy. Is it a good figure? Not particularly. Is it good for McFarlane? I'd say it's in the upper quartile, probably. It's not bad. It's definitely in the upper quartile. Because he's not going to get a 7. He's going to get an 8. Overall, he is going to get an 8. It's not a particularly good figure, but it is definitely serviceable if you wanted Lobo in this line. Yeah, go ahead and pick it up. You know what you're getting, and it's one of their better ones, so you'll be fine with it. If you're okay with the way it looks. If you're not, then you're probably not going to buy it, and it doesn't matter. So there it is. That's it for me. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down, and if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day, and thousands already on the channel, so make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.